Hello, I'm Dane. Welcome to another episode of Dax Jutsu. In today's episode, we will discuss a technique to selectively highlight a category value or values in a visual. When we select something from a slicer, it actually makes specific columns visible. So those that are not selected will be invisible. So for example, if I select January, of course, what we see is just January, and the same goes if we select January and May. That is the case if we're using a related column or a column that is coming from the same table that this total revenue measure is from, or from a dimension table that is related to your fact table. Again, that is if the column being used in a slicer is related. So that means that we can kind of modify the behavior of this visual by using a disconnected table. So our goal here is that if we select January, January gets highlighted and it's kind of, you have a different color for January and the rest have the same color as well. So to do that again, we need a disconnected table. And since I'm interested in selectively highlighting just the month, then I'll be creating a disconnected table containing the month values. So I'll go to modeling, new table, and let's say month. And I'll be selecting the columns from dates and month short. That's month short. And of course, since our month column is actually text, then we need to include the sort column as well, which is the month number. Let's check on, oops. So we need to modify our formula because it's actually selecting the columns from a dates table without summarizing it. So let's see, let's use summarize. Yep, we got it right. And then let's sort by month number and hide our sort by column. And of course, the next thing to do is to create our measure, the selected category measure. So I'll name this measure selected revenue, selected month revenue equals, let's use calculate and then expression is total revenue. And we need to filter revenue or month that is in our dates table, which is month short, by the columns, or by the column, dates column or months column in, okay, I forgot the name of that. Calculated table. It's the name again. It's not visible. Yes, month. Yes, month. And this will be simple. Month short. Now, what we need to do is to add that measure to our vis. As you can see, we have the same values all throughout. It's because we haven't selected a month yet from that disconnected table. So I'll copy this and then replace the field with month shortest month short. And I'll just name this month. Now, if I select January, only January should appear. March, the same case. Now, we need to tidy this up a bit. What we want is whatever is selected gets highlighted, but we don't want to show the original total revenue measure as well. So let's create another one, another measure. And let's name this not selected. Mm, Not selected month revenue, which is if it's blank, selected month revenue, then you'll return the original total revenue measure. Otherwise, it's selected month revenue. Selected month revenue. And let's check now. Not selected. Okay, and we remove this total revenue. Mm, Selected month revenue, not selected. There's something wrong with this not selected. It's supposed to return selected month total revenue only if selected month revenue is blank. Let's see. So I need to make a correction to this measure. It should be just it. Let's check. Okay. So we've selected January and March. So we have January and March, and February is visible, and as well as the other months. Let's change this visual so you won't see any gap. Mm, Stack column chart. And we can change the color a bit. So we can really say that the selected months are highlighted. Selected month revenue. Okay, I want that darker. And not selected lighter. Still light. Sit. Or we can make this gray instead. And then let's change the measuring selected month and then other months. Okay, that's just about it. And thank you for staying with me. Have a good one. I hope you've learned something. Bye bye.